Thanks so much for being here this morning. We're here to highlight the importance of transit to the East Metro business community. We hear from our 1,200 members that a significant percent of their workforce rely on public transportation to commute. 30% of all St. Paul workers use public transportation to get to and from work. This is about connecting the workforce to the workplace. The legislature's proposed funding cuts and policy provisions would result in cuts to bus routes and stop current transit routes from serving the people that are trying to get to their jobs. The bill would halt the Red Rock Corridor, which serves riders here at the Lower Afton Park and Ride, from ever happening. We need to not only preserve the funding that's currently in place for transit, but expand it to deepen our reach to the East Metro suburbs. Access to public transit is a factor businesses consider when choosing to grow or relocate downtown. Without a robust transit system in place, we will see an impact on businesses choosing to locate downtown.
Thanks, Minnie. My name is John Riegel. I am the Director of Risk Management and Local Government Affairs for Securian Financial Group. Securian has been in downtown St. Paul. We're celebrating our 137th year. In 1880, I'm pretty sure our employees were taking a horse and buggy to work and using other means. For us, this is simply all about workforce development and workforce attraction. Without employees, we can't grow and strive, and our employees want and need transit. We estimate anywhere from upwards of 15 to 25% of our associates use transit on a daily basis. And quite frankly, if we don't have a robust multimodal transit system in St. Paul, the East Metro, and throughout the Twin Cities, we don't have employees. It's plain and simple. It's workforce development for us. Thank you.
Good morning, Chris Coleman, Mayor of St. Paul. The evidence is right before us. You look at the traffic on the roads here today on Highway 61, the backups that are occurring, and you think about what happens not only when we don't add to the transit system, but we actually subtract from it. The traffic jams that we're seeing here today are only going to be a small part of what we would see in the future. As our two previous speakers said, this is an important business issue. This is about the future of economic growth in the Twin Cities region. If you look at any region that is thriving right now, they are making significant investments in transit and transportation. This is exactly the wrong direction to be heading in. We're going backwards, not forward. These are draconian cuts that will have a significant impact on our workers and on our companies across the Twin Cities region. You don't have to look too far to show the success of investments in transit. The A line, the Green Line, the Red Line, all of these lines are doing extremely well, and businesses are locating on those lines because they now have access to transit. Again, this is the wrong cuts, the wrong direction. We need to be investing more in transit, not taking away from it, and we hope that the legislature reverses course and starts putting resources into transit and transportation in the Twin Cities region.
So the Met Council rescued Southwest and sort of got us to this point. Are you worried that, with so many East Metro projects hanging in the balance here, that if this comes to a stop, there'll be an imbalance between the two sides of the Metro here?
Well, I always worry about an imbalance between the East and West Metro and want to make sure that we're getting our share of transit investments over here as well. The fact of the matter is we did have significant investment in the A line and in the Green Line, but we have several lines that are planned out here that we want to see moving forward as quickly as possible. We think that can happen. We understand that the deal that was put together to get the Southwest Light Rail Line built was necessary, or we were going to lose hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars of federal transit funding. But I think it's actually a good point. Which is we're doing everything that we can to piece resources together to get these projects moving, because as political leaders in these communities, as business leaders in these communities, we understand how important they are. The fact of the matter is we need to reverse this thinking and have people understand. I wish they would go. to Denver and see what's happening and see the businesses that are locating out there. I've talked to companies that have located very specifically in Denver because of the investments and the 20 and 30 and 40-year plans that Denver has for transit investments. This is going to hurt us in the long run if we don't figure this out.
Just let me ask you, these are your people. These are the Republicans. What's the problem? Why can't you get the message?
First of all, this is not about Republicans or Democrats. This is strictly about workforce development. And it's for companies like Securian, as the mayor said, in St. Paul and the East Metro, if we don't have an infrastructure that's fully built out throughout the entire Twin Cities, St. Paul, East Metro, Minneapolis, and West Metro, we don't get employees. And we don't get employees, then employers leave. We must have transit. And for us, it means completion of the Gateway/Gold Line. It means completion of the Riverview Corridor. It means completion of the other lines in St. Paul and East Metro that have been targeted.